and let us all do we can to build a better future.
All right, let's get started with our first segment of the day. So, Daniel, Liz Cheney, you know?
I've heard of her.
And her also fantastic peace-loving father.
Yeah.
Dick Cheney. Sadly, they lost an election. And now there was somewhat talk of her potentially running in 2024. By the way, hey, folks, if you want to see liberals and vote blue no matter who, Democrats donate to Cheney, watch out. Because it's gonna be a landslide of money that's going to go into her coffers. If you thought the Lincoln Project was able to rake in money, Liz Cheney is going to create her own little, group, and it's going to bring in so much money from liberals. I mean, look,
what's so crazy about all this?
Go ahead.
You know how everyone on mainstream media is like, well, there's a left and a right, and they have conversations that are good for everyone. And our stance has always been there's a far right party and then there's a right wing party.
Yeah.
If you and the Democratic Party are supporting Liz Cheney, I can't think of any more proof. What more can you ask for? Oh yeah, Liz Cheney, the daughter of the war criminal who personally enriched himself in his businesses, didn't put an illegal war together, killing a million people. His daughter, who he raised and everything like that. Oh, that's a Democrat. Yep. That's a Democrat. Yep.
And it's all because really she was against Trump and everything else.
Also remember that every time that it's a progressive, they say the party can't go in that direction. The party is what it is and it has to do that.
Yeah.
Unless it's to the right. Then it's fine.
Huh.
You ever notice that? It's like we're happy to move the Democratic Party further to the right, get more right-wingers involved, but not possible to go the other direction.
Well, wait a minute. Let's make the big difference here. They're talking about getting right-wing politicians in the Democratic Party, but as for voters, the Democratic Party is always quick to dismiss it. Case in point, I mean, look at how Cenk and all of them are quick to dismiss, let's say, Republican voters, Libertarian voters, who might be saying, well, wait a minute. Money in politics is a bad thing. The FBI, oh my God, they've done terrible things. And also, but yet again,
but that's the other thing I love about everything that happened. It's like, what has the left been saying for the longest time? Hey, I really don't like these 3-letter organizations that are taking away our human rights and killing people and violating our privacy and all that. Unless the right agrees with us, then we're changing our position.
Right.
I can't think of a more reactive way of existing. Also, I got to throw this out there. It's a little off topic. But it is. I have to keep the peacekeeping effort. Hemp Hog 52 says, like the Mona Lisa or Michelangelo's David, some originals as New York pizza can't be approved upon. Every part of that statement is wrong. I'm gonna explain why. New York pizza is not original. It is what came from the Italian immigrants who made a similar but different version. If you go to Italy, they'll tell you that New York pizza isn't pizza. If you're in America, that same prejudice continues. We're here to try and stop that. But just to also just throw out that some New York pizza. First of all, I'm going to point out all the parts that are wrong with this. Mona Lisa, very small. I don't think with pizzas you want very small. Okay. Michelangelo's, that's Italian. You're in the wrong country. Originals, it's not original. It's an import. And improved upon, that's what Chicago's for. And again, I'm going to take this a way that maybe AOC might appreciate. I think New York pizza's cultural appropriation of Mexico because they're trying to copy the taco.
That's right. But now
I'm going to win this, and
it's a peacekeeping.
We're the peacekeeping force. Peacekeepers are because they have overwhelming firepower that you can't defeat. That's what makes it a peacekeeping mission.
Also, I want to bring up this here too. We got a video here of none other than the daughter of Darth Sidious. Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney speaking out. Let's hear it after she had her recent loss.
The former president said last night you're now headed to political oblivion. You said this fight is just beginning. You've even launched a political organization already. So let's just be straight about it. Are you considering running for president yourself?
Well, what I'm going to do, Savannah, is spend the next several months completing my work in Congress, obviously completing my work representing the people of Wyoming. We have a tremendous amount of work left to do on the January.
Well, she was running for which rep or Senate?
She was running for a House representative in Wyoming.
How pathetic is it that in a Republican state of like 10 people, she couldn't get half the votes?
Well, it's kind of interesting. Same thing happened to Bernie Sanders. He got the majority of votes, but yet Clinton won one delegates there. So there you go. Wyoming. What's going on there? But she lost her state. And that should tell you what the voters now are thinking of Liz Cheney and also the influence of Trump.
Yeah.
Because all the establishment Republicans learned this lesson the hard way in 2016. And this isn't promoting Trump. I'm just saying in regards for the political atmosphere as well as how voters are feeling on the ground, Republican voters just gave a middle finger to a legacy politician like Liz Cheney.
I want to make a correction because, on the channel, we always make sure that we're saying the truth. Danny makes a good correction to me. Wyoming has 20 people, not 10. I apologize. I'm sorry to the 20 people, maybe 400,000, but maybe the 20 people living in Wyoming.
We love our Wyoming audience.
Yes,
Let's play the rest of the video.
January 6th committee. And also, though, I'm going to be making sure that people all around this country understand the stakes of what we're facing, understand the extent to which we've now got one major political party, my party, which has really become a cult of personality. And we've got to get this party back to a place where we're embracing the values and the principles on which it was founded.
They got integrity.
And talking about, fundamental issues of civics, fundamental issues of what does it mean to be a constitutional republic.
But Congresswoman, you didn't answer me yes or no.
It takes
yeah,
to
I know
keep
that
Donald Trump. I will be doing whatever it takes to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office.
Well, I know you didn't say yes or no, and that's fine if you're thinking about it, but are you thinking about it? Are you thinking about running for president?
Please. We need the people to pull away.
That's a decision that I'm going to make in the coming months, Savannah. I'm not going to make any announcements here this morning, but it is something that I'm thinking about, and I'll make a decision in the coming months.
Okay, so here's what I got to say. Now, either she runs in the Republican primary or she runs the Democratic primary. How hilarious will it be to actually see this happen again?
I want her so bad. It just proves the point we've been making for so long about how the parties are indistinguishable from each other.
Yeah.
It's just...
If she ran as a Democrat, I would laugh my ass off.
No, not if she runs as a Democrat. If she runs as a Democrat and then gets promotion on TV. Because they would do it.
Yeah, they would.
Because, again, parties are indistinguishable. It's just... Hey, do you want diabetics to drink from the blue can of soda or the red can of soda? That's the choice, America. Hey, we're the land of opportunity. You have so many choices.
Yeah. So, and Darren says, I'm with her 2.0. Hey, speaking of which, let's watch her concession.
You know what? She would definitely get Hillary Clinton's endorsement.
Yeah, that's unless Hillary chooses to run again, too, because there's been rumors about that. Yeah, walk, crawl, vomit. Yeah. There you go. Let's play this. Bye-bye.
The great and original champion of our party.
Quick. I just want to point out now twice, she's been on NBC and CNN, not the most highest ratings news channel.
Fox News, yeah.
Fox News doesn't want to touch her.
Yeah, let's face it, Fox News knows people can't bring in headlines. She ain't one of them, so there we go.
Yeah, CNN's like, I don't get it. Why are our ratings so low? Wolf Blitzer's crying in a corner.
Well, the reason why CNN's ratings are so low, Daniel, is because they spent, almost $500 million on their streaming service.
Oh, CNN Plus, it'll work because it worked on YouTube. Why does it work on YouTube? Because we sort of strong-armed YouTube into making us the only news suggested content.
Yeah.
And we're getting all the views. I don't understand why it didn't work on a pay-per-view platform.
Because no one wants to pay to see that shit. Let's play this.
By the way, I almost bought one of those $50 posters that are signed by like Jake Tapper or whatever, just as a memento of the failure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were selling them for a while. I'm like, not worth my time.
Oh, I would have got one of those.
Yeah.
I would have got one of those just to have it in back. That would
commemorate CNN's failure.
Yes. Damn it.
I mean,
okay.
CNN fails as bad as people from New York saying they have the best pizza. It's just they need to stop.
Yeah. A little side note before we play the rest of the video, because I remember that advice you gave me when my Uncle Bernie passed away. The mortician said, "Hey, since he served in the military, you can get a thank you letter from the president." And Trump was president at the time. I was thinking, like, yeah, should I get? And you were like, yeah, go ahead, do it. And
why not?
And I got a thank you letter from my Uncle Bernie's service in World War II from Donald Trump, of all people. So there you go. Hey, Trump, thank you for writing that letter if you did so. So there you go.
No, thank you for writing that
writing, and putting your signature on there. So there you go. All right, let's play the rest of the video.
Abraham Lincoln was defeated in elections for the Senate and the House before he won the most important election of all.
You're not Lincoln.
Lincoln ultimately prevailed. He saved our Union, and he defined our obligation as Americans for all of history. Speaking at Gettysburg of the great task remaining before us, Lincoln said that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from this earth. As we meet here tonight, that remains our greatest and most important task. Most of world history is a story of violent conflict, of servitude and suffering.
Your father's responsible for some of that violent conflict.
I love she goes, my father met his quota.
Yeah, okay. And by the way, look, she is not Lincoln, yet she's comparing herself to Lincoln.
She's more like the logs.
Yeah, more or less. What she is a careerist politician whose father was involved in politics, helped design this nightmare that we're in. And at the end of the day, similar to the Bushes, the Kennedys, the Clintons, the Obamas, and any other royal family, they feel like they're entitled to these seats and Senate seats, or even the office of presidency because of their last name. Last I checked, I thought we were a republic, but oh wait, we're an oligarchy. So Jimmy Dore was right, and as Slow News Day, Steve Porkman likes to say, we're living in a Saturday morning cartoon. And let's face it, we are in a cartoon.
You know, America's a democracy in the original Greek sense of the word.
Yeah, oligarchy. There you go. The ancient Greeks would call us out for what we were. I want to pull up this tweet, though, because let's face it, shots fired, right? I want to just pull this up here, right? From former Representative Tulsi Gabbard. It appears that Liz Cheney, one of the GOP's chief warmongers, is about to lose. This is good news for every American, regardless of party, which I find great.
I am so mixed on Tulsi now that she filled in for Tucker.
I don't care. She's a private citizen.
I know. I don't like it. I thought that it's a rules for rulers thing.
Yeah.
I think she's angling for a news host seat. She follows the pattern. Not as interested if that's the case.
She does so. I mean, like, okay. But as far as I'm concerned,
I'll be
she's
very
disappointed
if she goes that route.
So there we go. I want to pull up this also. This is from Teslin Figueroa, who was on our show. She, again, is an awesome firebrand, speaks truth to power. After Liz Cheney loses tonight, and she did lose, she will start an anti-Trump PAC, and the money will come flowing in. If you think the Lincoln Project raised money, stand back and stand by and watch Liz. Her loss helps I gave it all up martyr message. It's so obvious to me, which I have to say, remember, a lot of regular citizens, people, gave $80 million, like collectively, $80 million to the Democrats when Roe v. Wade died on the Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. Because the Democrats were sending out fundraising messages like, you got to give money to us so we could preserve the right to choose and so much more, even though Roe v. Wade could have been codified under us. But yeah, if you think that Vote Blue, no matter who crowd people won't give their money to Liz Cheney, they will.
And it's going to be, I'm going to never stop quoting that when that happens forever. Because again, I can't think, maybe you guys in chat can think of something else. I can't think of a more poignant way of saying the parties are indistinguishable from each other than the Democratic Party loves and supports Liz Cheney.
Yeah, there we go. And they'll be more than happy to do that. I mean, after all, George Bush Jr., I forgot, was rehabilitated on Ellen DeGeneres' show. She was dancing with him. There was George Bush. Michelle Obama is hugging him.
Well, no. To be fair, that is called the Warhammer.
Warhammer? What is it?
War criminal.
Warhammer. Oh, you want to talk Warhammer?
I'm going to pretend that never happened and all of you are going to join me. That is the War Criminal Rehabilitation Hour, and they always have a war criminal on that hour. It's part of the title.
I would like
so he was just part of the segment rather than the segment being a part of him. So that's different.
That's right. Also, I just want to add in here too for a final note for the story because we should be moving on to our next segment. But number one, look, Democratic voters and Republican voters. I understand why you vote for the team that you vote for, Team Red, Team Blue.
It's the same. But I understand people that like Coke or Pepsi exclusively.
And that's exactly it. But here's the thing. Liz Cheney, Republican. Now potentially maybe a Democrat person. Maybe. I can't predict the future. She might run as a Democrat. Maybe she doesn't run at all. Donald Trump, diehard Democrat. became a Republican. He was a diehard Democrat, vote blue no matter who, and yes, Trump supporters. I also am bringing this up. Hillary Clinton was a Goldwater girl, and that Republican guy had some freaking issues. Now a Democrat. Bill Clinton, well, he did what Reagan and George Bush Sr. wanted to do, and he's a Democrat. So at the end of the day, there's no difference between Democrats and Republican politicians. But Democratic and Republican voters, wake up. The two-party system, they don't like you, they don't think about you, and they don't respect you. They'll say things you want to hear so you can vote for them. But it's an abusive relationship. When you find out you're with someone that will slap you, beat you, cheat on you, verbally abuse you, won't even recognize your own sadness, your own depression, then why are you going to show loyalty to two organizations that don't care about you, don't respect you? Because the number one constituents to these politicians isn't you, the voter. It's banks, corporations, private equity firms, hedge funds, the top 1%. You, the average American citizen, you don't have a seat at the table because our politicians are owned. Let this be a lesson. Liz Cheney, formerly with the Republican Party, got kicked out by the voters, right? But yet, she might be embraced by the Democratic Party. So no matter what side you're on, know this, Democratic Republican voters, you're going to lose. Yeah, you might have your person in office, but do you think they represent you?
You know what? You know another way to put this all? Democratic operatives are more willing to vote for Liz Cheney than Cornel West.
That's right. There we go. That's a great note to end it on.